Hello, folks, once again. This is George Shears with my Volume 4 of Haiku for Nonduality, a non-duality primer. In case you haven't seen the previous 3 volumes of this primer, they're all available on my YouTube channel, and I invite you to watch them there if you're interested when you have the time. So, we will now get going with Volume 4. Haiku for Non-Duality, 1:30:23 a.m. The 3 worst poisons, the Buddha said, are hatred, greed, and ignorance. In our current world, they're a pandemic poisoning our lives. In today's news, though, I heard a subtle shift toward increased kindness. It's clearly a trend that the world urgently needs as it unravels. Fear-based religions not only no longer help, but make things much worse. Many forms of love provide the one solution that can meet this need. Non-duality is an attractive gateway to this noble end. It is firmly based as a loving paradigm of deep unity. Haiku for Non-Duality, 1:30:23 a.m. Love is what binds us in this seamless unity of pure awareness. It shines everywhere as pure, radiant presence, our intrinsic being. It presents itself in all our experience, inward and outward. It's much like a screen on which fleeting images appear and vanish. None of these are real, but as we take them as such, we lose our grounding. This is our quote-unquote wrong view, the root cause of suffering, as the Buddha said. Non-duality offers a direct means to shift to quote-unquote right view. The simple guidance that follows in the next slide has this as its aim. Haiku for Non-Duality, 1:30:23 a.m. Traditionally, awareness is called the self, with a capital S, the being we are. As experience presents itself to us, we can let it flow. Without resistance, we can open to this flow, whatever its form. All suffering comes from resisting what is and seeking what's not. Both of these arise from our illusory selves, not from our being. We can step back from this passing experience and rest as the self. In making this shift, we notice no discontent, but only deep peace. At first, this shifting must be repeated often until it sinks in. Haiku for Non-Duality, 1:30:23 a.m. By taking refuge in this way as awareness, our insight deepens. Increasingly, then, we recognize it's much more than just a refuge. It's our default state, our natural condition, empty awareness. Without resistance, it spaciously embraces all experience. When we get lost in thoughts, feelings, or sensations, the self is unchanged. Increasingly, then, our nature is revealed as peace and happiness. We also see that our essential beingness is universal. We then only need to feel this and to live its full implications. Haiku for Nonduality 131:23 p.m. I hope these haiku have imparted at least a glimpse of our deep being. In the days ahead, may our collective vision continue to grow. Non-duality is much like a bright beacon shining in the night. It offers guidance to all who have become lost in this elusive world. Fear-based religions, sadly, add to this lostness through disunity. Quote-unquote otherness prevails through the pervasive wrong view of separateness. The understanding of quote-unquote not to, then, is a view whose time has come. Love is its essence. To grow in this view, more skilled guidance is required. Please see the next slide. Haiku for Non-Duality 131:23 p.m. My short hero list includes Bernardo Kastrup and Rupert Spira. Non-duality is their mutual passion. They are both brilliant. Although their backgrounds are very dissimilar, they are of one mind. Bernardo shows how materialism's defunct. Only mind is real. Rupert's a master in upholding the same view from ancient wisdom. They both are well known for their abundant podcasts to be found online. I strongly promote learning from them on YouTube. They'll help fill your sails. They're pointing the way to a bright new paradigm to wake up the world.